turn down
Stay
your phone.
tuned. The show is about to begin. Stay tuned. The show is about to begin.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Greetings, everyone. This
Yes.
is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
And I'm Anthony Cordova. I'm here. We're still here. We're still here. After all of this time, we are still here. We are a staple. Is it staple or stable? Staple.
We could be a stable.
Staple. Huh?
We could be stable and a staple. So we could be a stable.
A stable. Whew, that's like going over my head, isn't it? It's like going over my head. Oh my gosh. Over my head. Well, Jill, I can't tell if anybody's in the audience. Things are changing with Fireside. I can't see like I used to, but it looks like no one is here.
It's just us and the wait bot.
So if you are watching this right now, I know that you're watching it in replay. So even when you think you're sneaking to watch this show, I still know that you are watching. You are watching. If you are watching in replay, I know you're watching. I can tell by the technology that you are watching the replay right now. That's what I can tell that. Now, later, I may not be able to tell that, but right now, I can tell that if you are watching this, you are watching it in replay.
They may feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're on a loop because of how many times you said that.
I just want everybody to
It's like the replay keeps replaying.
Yeah, I just want everybody to remember, for sure. Hey, you're watching this, on replay if you didn't know. But, we would love for you to be here live. Live is much better when you're here live. Yes, but it's okay. It's all good. It really is. It's really all good.
Yeah,
Because we do this show just because we love to.
that's right. That's
So,
in fact, that's why we've always done it. In fact, remember all those years we just talked to each other?
Yeah, we did do that. We did do that. Yeah, we did. Who knows? Yeah, well, we do know how to do that. We do know how to just talk to each other. Although I do love it when there's a live audience here. It is pretty cool to interact with the audience.
Yes, that's the beauty of Fireside.
Yeah, but we can go back to the way we used to do just on video.
The way we were.
The way we were. Oh, yes, absolutely. So, Jill, what is? Oh, look, it's Billy D's again. Hello, Billy D's. It's
Hi,
good to see you.
Billy. Welcome.
Yes, we were just talking about how it's much better when there's someone in the audience. Well, we enjoy it even more when there's someone in the audience.
That's right. Because we could always talk to each other, but we like to talk to other people.
Yeah. So before you came into the audience, Billy D's, I was telling everybody if they're watching right now, I know they're watching on replay.
In fact, he said it like he was on a loop.
It
So
was,
the people probably
it
thought
was-
they were watching the replay over and over
It was
again, and that it
practice.
wasn't advancing.
it was practice, Jill. It was practicing my craft.
Is that what you call it?
That's my craft. To be me, to be Tony, to be Anthony Cordova on Fireside is my craft. Yeah. Who knew? Right?
I didn't.
Who knew?
I did
You
not
didn't
know that.
I knew.
I
knew.
did not know that that was your craft.
I knew this. I knew this was my craft, and I practice it every week on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's what I do.
Okay.
Along with my other crafts.
I was going to
that
say,
I
you don't do it
practice
on Tuesday nights.
Tuesday
You don't do
nights
it
at
every
9
other
o'clock.
Saturday.
Yeah, but tonight, this is the craft of being a co-host on I'm Right, I'm Right. I am sure right. So, Jill,
Tony.
what's our episode for the night? We should get into our episode and
Yes,
to
we
see
should.
whether we disagree on this. Because quite often we agree with each other. Maybe we're spending too much time together.
Well, before I answer that, I want to say hi to Stefan. Hi, Stefan.
Hello, Stefan.
We're sorry we didn't get to see you when we were in and out of your state, but
Yeah, we were looking for
maybe
you.
next time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So our topic tonight is, what's the point of a relationship anyway?
What's the point?
What's the point?
Who needs it?
I think we all do. We all need a
Who needs it?
relationship.
Who needs it?
I don't think we
What-
were meant to be on this planet all by
Well-
ourselves and to do everything all by ourselves. I
Well-
don't think that was.
Well, my grandmother told me that. During the time in between my first marriage and us getting married, my grandmother's since passed. She's been gone for some time, but never in my life, until that point in my life, in between marriages, did my grandmother start trying to set me up with people.
Was she
She
a
was a
good
blind
matchmaker?
woman. She was a blind woman trying to set me up with
But
Annie.
blind people see with other things. They see.
I don't think she did. And she just was setting me up with any person that was close to my age. Didn't matter whether we had anything in common.
If you were single, they were single. She'd set you up.
She
I-
started trying to set me up with people, right? So one day I asked her, I said, Grandma, you have never done this before in my whole life. And at this point I was in my 30s, right? And you have never done this before. You've never tried to set me up with people. Why all of the sudden are you trying to set me up with people? And she said, it's because the Lord didn't mean for us to be alone, that we needed companionship. So she wanted to make sure I had companionship, so I can be happy.
Did she have companionship?
Well, her husband, my grandfather, had passed. He's been passed for a long time. But my grandmother was very popular, even though she just stayed in the house. Once she was blind, she usually just stayed in the house. Once in a while, she might go out if, somebody took her to church or something, after my grandfather passed away. But a lot of people came to visit. I think someone came to visit her every single day of her life, probably, because she was very popular and people just loved being around her. But yes, she said, yes, we weren't meant to be alone. Okay. And it kind of stuck. in me. So, that's when I
So
start.
even though you resisted the people she
Yeah, because
set
we
you
had
up with,
absolutely nothing in
you
common.
still looked for someone to have that companion.
Well, before that, um, I did not care. I didn't care. And really, I am well, those were the times, the time when I was severely depressed and wasn't doing anything to take care of the depression because I thought, that's just life, toughen up. Didn't think I was depressed. So, I didn't have a problem being by myself. When they talk about a loner, um, I was a loner, but I was different than many loners. I The difference between me, a lot of loners are awkward in public and in public settings and all of that. That was not me. I could be the life of the party. But I was still kind of a loner. So I may not interact with people uh, literally for months. Other than when you go into a store, you pay for an item, stuff like that. But to interact with people like friends and all of that, I could go a month, 2 months, no problem, no problem. And then ever so often, I'd say, you know what, maybe I need to hang with some people, and I would go out, have a good time, hang with people, and I'm good again. So I was at that time a person that was, what's the point? I don't need a relationship. I'm good by myself.
Well, before I met you,
Yeah.
that's where I was.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because, I grew up as an only child, and being a latchkey kid, there was an hour between my getting home from school
Yeah.
and my mother getting home from work that I had to
Yeah.
myself. And I loved it. I loved having that time to myself. I read, I played the piano. Oh, and since my mother would make me play the piano every day for an hour, that was actually, even though she was in the room when I did it,
Yeah.
that was actually time for me too. I would get lost in the music.
Lost
So
in music.
so that was as a child. And then the
Music.
older I got, the more I involved I got with organizations at school. So that would make me. Why are you laughing? Why is that funny?
Because I went to one of your class reunions.
The only
with
one I've
you.
ever been to.
Well, I went to that one. Continue. Tell us
I was
how
gonna
you
say,
don't
I don't
have
know.
how you have. I'm gonna circle around back to that. I'm gonna circle around back to that.
You mean just circle back to that? Not around and back?
I'm gonna go round and round and then back. See, that's why I'm going to circle around. So right now I'm circling around you. I'm circling,
Okay.
and while you tell this story, but then I'm gonna circle around and come back. So I'll
Okay.
come around and pass, round, pass, round,
Okay.
pass, and
Well,
then
when I got
back
in
to
junior
that.
high and high school, I got more involved with organizations
Yeah.
because my classmates kept electing me president of stuff.
Yeah, how about that?
So I became part of many organizations, and as an officer, I had more to do, and so I was around people more. But then I was always happy to come back and have that space to myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very rarely did I invite people over. People came to my house a lot
Yeah.
to visit me, which was odd because I lived in
Mhm.
a national park. So you
Yeah.
had to like
National Park
seek
down
me
the
out.
7 mile dirt road, right?
No,
12 miles.
no.
You told me it was a 7 mile dirt
There
road.
used to be it wasn't dirt road. It was paved, and it was a 4 mile to begin with. But by the time I got into high school, that no one was allowed to do that road anymore.
anymore.
They shut down that road because we all moved, so there was nothing back there anymore.
Okay.
But it made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, people did visit me in the at my house, but it was usually just one on one. and things like that.
Yeah.
And I would go out on the weekend, growing up in a really small town that neighbored the national park. The only thing to do was to just sit at the fast food restaurants were all next to each other. So either go to the fast food restaurant, sit outside, hang with people, or ride around in cars.
Yeah, the small town stuff.
Small town stuff.
Yeah.
So I would go out on the weekends, but really, I like being by myself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny that you say you liked being by yourself.
I did.
Because I have circled around. I've
In
circled
fact.
around. I've circled around. And now I'm back to the class reunion.
Okay.
So at this class reunion,
Small town.
small town, but they had
Small class. There were only 58 people in my graduating class. It's a small class.
there were definitely more than 58 people there though.
Well, people brought a
People
plus one.
Plus one. Yeah. Anyway, so they had this table, and the table had all of the yearbooks, but it was several yearbooks. I don't know whether they were for the same year or different years.
No,
I don't
different
know.
yearbooks, different years.
Well, that makes it even
There was only one
check
yearbook
this
a
out.
year.
a one yearbook a year.
Yearbook.
So there were maybe 6 yearbooks on this table, right?
And mind you, I was on the yearbook staff
and
for
people
all of high school.
And people were flipping through the pages, flipping through the pages. So, I don't really know anybody in the yearbooks other than Jill. So I said, well, let me go over to the yearbooks and see whether I can find Jill. So I go to the first yearbook, but the book is open. And the
Your hands
first
look gigantic
and
there.
it's open. And the first yearbook, the first thing I see on these open pages are pictures of Jill. I was like, isn't that interesting? What a
I
coincidence.
said I was in a lot of organizations.
What a coincidence, right? So I go to the next yearbook, and it too is open. And what do I see? I don't have to finger through the pages or anything. More pictures of Jill. And I go to the next one and the next one and the next one. The same thing. But
So
then
what's your point?
Jill tries to tell me, well, I really wasn't popular, and I was more of a learner. Popular people are on every
I was on the
are
yearbook
not on
staff.
every
They took the photographer knew us, so they took pictures of the yearbook staff a lot.
A lot of the yearbook staff.
And I was in a lot of
people,
organizations.
a lot of that's a popular person, Jill.
That is not a popular person. That's an
Uh-oh.
active person.
I had a question. Did most students in your school know you?
Everybody knew everybody in the whole school. What are you talking about? The school was so small that they had 7th grade through the 12th grade on 2 floors, only 2 floors. So on the 7th and 8th grade were on the first floor, 9th through 12th grade were on the second floor, and everybody knew everybody.
Jill was
It was that small.
She was a popular girl, and she was a smart girl too. So
I'll
she
take that I was
things.
smart, but I
And
won't
she-
say that I
you-
was
you were
popular.
Everybody knew Jill. Everybody knew Jill.
Everybody knew
And
everybody there.
Not only that. And I know this is kind of off relationships.
Absolutely,
It's because
Gotta rein you back in. Come on.
I said that I was kind of a loner, so I'm like relationships. I don't need all that relationship stuff. Yeah, I don't need it. I'm kind of like this.
I didn't
now.
need relationships either.
So, yeah, but you had
just
many relationships with many people because you were popular.
I was not popular. I was often president, so I was in organizations
That's
a lot.
what the popular people say. That I wasn't popular.
I wasn't. Ask me my senior year what I was voted as.
Most popular,
No, I was not. That's my
most
point.
likely to succeed.
I was voted most likely to succeed because I was smart. They voted the smart people
Yeah,
got
but
that
Jill,
one.
to even get that title, enough people have to know you. You know
The
that
whole
all of
class
those
knew
things
everybody. Tony,
are
there were only
nothing-
58 people in my
there's-
graduating
it's
class.
nothing
The
but
whole
a
building had
popularity
6
contest.
grades in it on 2 floors. That's a really small school.
I don't-
Everybody knew.
I
Not
don't
only did
care.
everybody know each other at my school, we knew people at the neighboring school, the rival school,
I bet
because that's
you-
how small it was.
I bet you there are many people that came to the class reunion and they were like, "Who are you?"
No,
And they'll say,
nobody
"Oh,
was
I
that way.
sat behind you for
Nope.
4 years."
Nope.
And people will say, "I don't remember
No,
you."
that was not the case. Our class was way too small for that.
Let me tell you else, and I've told this story on this show before, but I need to bring it up, because your stance,
way off
your stance.
topic.
No, it's relationships. We're talking about relationships, and are relationships needed? Well, who needs them? Who needs them? But it seems that the popular people try to front and say, "Who needs them? It doesn't matter. I can be by
Were you
myself.
not listening to
I
my
can be
opening
by myself.
remarks?
I can be
My
by myself."
opening remarks said, "I believe that we're all meant to be in relationships.
think-
That we're not supposed to be alone."
think you
and
might
you
be
said, "My
front-
grandmother said that."
I think you
That's
might be.
how-
I think you might be front.
So you
fronting.
actually think that I believe I don't need anybody? Is that what you're saying? Is that what my husband is saying to my face? That I believe, that you think I believe I don't need anybody? Is that what you're really saying?
No, that you need me. You need
Well,
me,
finally
woman.
we agree on something.
And I
Stefan
need
said
you.
it was
So-
a paved road, not a dirt road. Suck it, Tony.
It was a dirt road.
No, it really wasn't.
Before it was a paved road.
I never knew it as a dirt road.
Oh,
It was always paved the
gonna
entire
ask-
time.
I'm going to ask your mama.
There was a dirt road somewhere else in the park, but not the road to my house.
Not the road. I thought.
I took you
I-
there.
Well, yeah, of course it was paved then.
It was paved when I was growing up there. It was
It
paved
was-
when I lived
It
there.
was dirt. It
It's
was
a
dirt.
national park. They have paved roads.
You could always tell when somebody lives down a dirt road because when they go in town, especially
I
in
think-
Georgia, when
I
they go into
think-
town, their car is just covered with clay.
My car was not
It's just
covered with
covered
clay. I think you're stereotyping me.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're
not.
absolutely you
But
are.
let me tell you something else.
You think I never, well, I don't have shoes on right now, but you think I go outside all the time barefoot, and I don't. You think everybody in Kentucky is barefoot. You think we only have
I
dirt
didn't say that.
roads. You probably
I didn't
think we
say
have
that.
huts. You probably
didn't
think
say
we
that.
all live on farms and have
I
cows
didn't-
and stuff,
I
and we
didn't say
don't.
that. I didn't say that. Well, look.
That
I'm
is
go-
not how I grew up.
I'm going to tell you something. This,
People think I'm more city than you.
You are more
Citified.
city than me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. But Jill is one of the popular. She's one of the popular people. So
That is not true. You weren't
cannot
there.
grasp-
You don't know.
You cannot grasp like what being a loner is. You don't have a real reference. So being a latchkey kid and staying home for an hour by yourself is nothing compared to staying months
You
by
have
yourself.
not been listening to me tonight.
So
I said I really prefer, like, I would go out because of the organizations I was in and the things that I was tasked to do as a result. I would go out places. However, my preference was always to be by myself. I never invited people to my house. They would just show up. And
did you tell them to go away?
no, I could talk to people, but it was one-on-one. I'm okay one-on-one with people, but get me around a whole group of people. I can't wait to get away. I can be on. I can turn myself on, like I do for this show.
Okay,
But-
Jill. Well, let me reel you back in so you can get on
Oh
topic.
my
Let me
goodness!
reel you
What
and get
are
you-
you? What
let
is
me
wrong
get you
with you?
back. Let me
I
get
think
you
the
on
sun
topic.
got to you in Florida. Something is going on with you.
Let me get you back on topic. Okay, now chill. Relationship. And who needs them? Who needs them?
We all do. That is my
Yeah.
answer. That is my stance.
Yeah, we all should have good, healthy relationships.
Yes, and that comes in all forms.
In all forms,
It
yeah,
doesn't
good
have to
friendships.
be the only kind of relationship I consistently don't do well with for
Yeah.
an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Or workplace relationships.
Oh.
I'm just not good with that.
I see Dave just popped in. It's
Hi,
hard
Dave.
to Dave. You know, it's hard to
You
see
recognize
anybody.
avatars.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see if I'm familiar with your avatar, I can see it from here. So because I can't see with my glasses, without my glasses, and these are bifocals. I got to do it like that and try to bring things in focus. So, but yeah, I could see the avatar. So that's cool. Hey,
So
as
what
long
I
as
said
can do
before that was,
what?
are you listening to me? I don't think you're listening to me. That's not what I said.
Let me reel you in and bring
I'm
you
trying
back
to stay on topic, and you keep going off.
Bring you back to topic.
So the topic, I was saying that I think we need all different types of relationships. All of us need different types of relationships. And the only type of relationship I'm really not good with after a certain period of time. I'm good in the beginning, like the honeymoon phase, but I'm not I'm not good at workplace relationships.
Ooh, chill.
I really learned that I am not a team player.
You know your colleagues listen to this show. You do know this, right?
They know it. They know it.
We have a much larger audience than our live audience.
I know that, but they know that I stay to myself. If someone asks me a question, I'll answer, but they know that I don't go out of my way to be friends.
Yes, well, but you know what? Now, but I and on a serious tip, I believe that some people actually need the relationship and crave it more so than other people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, some people really need to be around people. I am not one of those people. Yeah. So to that point, you are incorrect. Yeah. I don't need to be around people. I don't have to have that. I'll enjoy it if I'm around the right people, but you know, but for the most part, I don't have to have that. Dave says, hello to my favorite married couple. Or anyway, you guys are awesome. Hello to our favorite married couple.
Yes, hello. So some people actually do really do need and crave the relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship relationship. They really need it, because I've heard people say, hey, if you don't talk to your friend every day, then they're not a real friend.
Then I have no friends, if that's the case. So I don't talk to all my friends every day, or even every week, or even every month. But there are several friends that I haven't actually talked to in years, but I'm sure if we did, that we'd probably pick up where we left off.
Right where you left off. But,
But I still consider them my friend. Yes. Like a friend to me, I guess people define friendships differently. A friend to me is someone who supports you in the good and the bad. You know, they're there for you.
Yeah.
In the good and the bad. And, and I always believe that healthy relationships are those that are uplifting. You don't need anybody to bring you down, right? So I think in all aspects, that's a healthy relationship. So with my friendships, I certainly don't want, that's why I don't believe the word frenemy actually exists. They're actually an enemy. They are not your friend.
They're either your real friend or they're not.
Right. Or right. Not. It could be pretending, and maybe you don't realize it at the time, but they're just not your friend.
Yeah, they're just not.
Not. And I've had plenty of those and plenty of haters, but I've always been the type of person that I call very few people my friend because I
Mhm.
feel like that should be for the people who really are that, that's going to
Yeah.
be there for you no matter what.
And we're talking about friendship relationships. And I'm going to say this, and I've said it before, but I'm going to say this for real. The friendships that I've made on Fireside, um, some of which I have met, some I have not, face to face. Maybe I haven't
I
met
was going to
any
say,
of
who
them.
did you meet? Who did you meet? And I didn't meet.
Maybe I didn't
We
meet
haven't met
any
anybody.
of them. But maybe, maybe I feel so close to them. It
It
feels
feels like
like
we've met in person because I
have
do
met
think
them in
that the way
person.
that we interact with each other, the fireside people that I think you're talking about, which is pretty much everybody in our audience, right? I think that we would be the same in person, and to
Yeah,
me
absolutely. Yeah,
that is a good relationship.
absolutely, absolutely. So, I'm, uh, I'm,
Are you trying to
I'm,
click?
I'm, I'm like,
Trying to zap me?
where's that noise coming from?
Oh
It
my
was coming
goodness!
from me.
I
I
thought you
thought
knew
we were
that.
having a malfunction.
A Tony malfunction.
Yeah, we had a malfunction right before the show,
Yes,
and
Tony's breaking stuff.
this is the broken piece that should not be in my
You
hand.
just didn't realize your own strength. Aw.
I don't think that was it. It was old and it broke. It's old and it broke. But yeah, so the people that we're close to on Fireside, it really does feel like they're my friends.
And I
We've
would like to
met
meet
and
everybody in
we will.
person
Yeah, yeah, well,
who's here. I would like to. I
we
would like
will.
to
So
that.
so yes, in that case, yeah, I need these relationships
Yes.
with people on Fireside.
So
And
are there really? So you said that like there are some relationships you don't need. Like what?
I don't need to hang with any, like I was saying earlier, I don't need to hang with anybody every day. I don't need I don't need to
Including me?
I don't need to.
Careful with that answer.
Well, if you left town on a girls trip, I would be okay.
Of course you would.
How about that?
So you're telling
I
me to
would
go on a
be
girls trip so you can
I
have some
would
space to
I
yourself?
would be
Is that what you're?
okay.
Is that what you're hinting
No,
at that I should do?
no. Look, Jill, our house is a decent size, and we're not on top of each other all the time. We're not. So, you do your thing sometimes. I do my thing in the house sometimes, and that's good. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But if we lived in like a studio apartment, just a studio, one room, kitchen, bathroom. We probably would get on each other's nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
a little bit.
yes, because I do. I also believe in having space from people, time
Yeah,
to
yeah,
yourself,
yeah. But yeah,
me time.
but yeah. I think sometimes people um will get frustrated with me, especially the people that feel that we need to talk each other every day or text each other every day and what's going on and immediately respond and all of that to be a friend. So when I meet people like that and that's how they want to do it, it doesn't happen. And I tell them from the beginning, look, I'm not that type of person that's, texting you every day and what are you doing now and all of that and let's do something each day and let's meet up at 5 o'clock for drinks and that's just not me. It's not me. So when I don't do those things, I guess they see me as not being a friend. And they just go away. They just go away.
Well,
And
I
I'm not
will.
saying that I'm happy that they go away, but they're not getting what they
What they
want out
need.
of a
Right.
friendship.
Right. Yes, because
Yeah.
some people do need that that much attention.
Yeah.
Whereas, I will, when I think about a friend I haven't talked to in a long time, I'll certainly, text them or email them or, whatever form of communication we use the most.
Hmm.
And that's fine with them, but I've had, in regard to the topic we're discussing, I haven't had friends like this, but I know people who are like this, where they believe that they're not, that they can't go through life unless they're married, or they can't go through life unless, they have a certain person or a certain type of person in their relationship that they can,
Yeah.
say is in their circle or their network of
Mhm.
people. And my friends are not like that. In fact, out of all my friends, there's probably like less than 5 of us who are married. And the others have never been married and don't plan on it. Like, they're like, whatever.
Yeah, there's
And, so when I married you, and, you're my second husband, they were like, oh, you're trying this again, huh? Good luck.
Let's see how that's gonna turn out.
Right.
Because we know you, Jill.
Yeah.
We know you. We know how you are. Let's see how that works. You know what Jill's favorite line is?
My favorite line?
Yes, her favorite line.
Besides no? I like no. I
No,
like
there's
no a
another
lot.
line she uses all the time. And this is what probably...
Why would I do that?
Yes, that's right. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? And it makes a person feel like they're an idiot or something. Because, hey, she said it to me. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Like if you have some weird idea, we were sitting... I got a double whammy one night.
A double whammy?
A double whammy. We were sitting in this very room. This room, this studio area is called the Keys, and it has a lot of my art in it. And we were sitting
and pianos parts.
Yes, that's part
which
of
is why
my
it's
art.
called the Keys.
Yes. So we were all in this room, and we were discussing. It was me, Jill, and a close female friend of ours. Jill is very intelligent. His close female friend also is very, very intelligent. And then there was me. Okay. And we were talking about
It was before.
business.
It was pre-Fireside.
It was pre-Fireside, and we were talking another business that we were going to do. So we were all discussing how that was going to look. I don't remember what it was I said, but I said it, and they
then we were
both
just
looked
like-
at me like, "Why would we do that?" And I was like, "Oh shoot!" I said, I immediately realized, damn, I said something stupid. I said something stupid.
It was. I don't remember what it was, but I don't recall thinking it was stupid. I was just like, doesn't he know us better than that? Why would we do that?
Yeah, so I got a double. Why would we do that?
We didn't actually say those words.
Oh, if looks. Ooh. It
wasn't that we
double.
thought your idea was
why would
stupid. We
do
just
that?
thought, why would you think
do
we
that?
would do that?
Yeah. So why would I do? So you do that to a lot of people, Jill.
I do.
Oh heck yeah!
I didn't realize.
Oh heck yeah! And then you wonder why they're trying to get you off their team.
Well, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's good to not be part of the team. Just be in your own little world, your own bubble.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's stupid. Yes,
I don't say it's stupid.
You don't, but that's how it is received. Okay. And people are like, Did she just call me stupid?
No, I did not. I
No.
haven't called anyone. I called one person stupid because you told me to. Well, you told me to call him dumb. You told me to.
No, I said to call him dumbass.
Well, I don't curse, so I just stopped with the dumb.
Which is different. Everybody knows somebody that's a dumbass. And let me clarify, because I don't want all kinds of people coming back at me and saying that I talk down about people and all that, because I'm not. So the phrase dumbass can apply to somebody that is actually very smart.
Which he was not.
But that's not what I'm saying. See, this is why you didn't have to say that, Jill. You didn't have to. But the way I use it, somebody could be very smart and highly educated and just do something that's really doesn't make sense. That's really, kind of stupid. Why would they, like Jill, why would they do that? So when I say, oh yeah, that's a dumbass, and then we probably all have been guilty of doing something that makes us
But
look
you told
like
me
a
to
dumbass.
actually call him that to his face. You did.
Well, I wanted you to sit him down and have a long conversation with him. And I remember I would have said, hey, look, you stand, come on, come closer. Let me tell you something. Look, you're a dumbass. You know you're a dumbass. I know you're a dumbass. But I'm smart. I'll keep you straight. So you just do what you do. Let me do what I do, and it'll make you do good. And you could just be a dumbass and nobody knows. So that's the conversation I wanted Jill to have with this man. And she didn't want to. But y'all would have had an agreement.
Because he was my boss.
That's beside the point. That's beside the point.
He would not
Jill.
have received that well.
It would have worked. It would have worked. I'm telling you, it would have worked. It would have worked.
Stefan says, I call people dumbass every day. You act stupid, I'll call you a dumbass.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Stefan said. If you act stupid. So that doesn't necessarily mean the person is stupid, but they do something that's stupid. And like I said, at some time or another, all of us have probably been guilty of doing something that just didn't make sense. Just why, like you say, Jill, why would you do that? When you see all those videos, people, hey, watch this. And somebody will do something stupid. Like, for instance, when I say, hey, watch this, and try to jump over a fence for my grandchildren. And I busted my ass.
But then you got up and you tried it again. And we're like, oh, but you cleared it that time.
I cleared it the second time. I just wanted to show y'all I could do it. But yeah, I was a dumbass that day.
So don't do that next month when we go watch the little 2-year-olds play soccer.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't know.
I'm about 12 years older than I was then. Now than then. So no, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna.
So you weren't old and you weren't too old when you did it before. Is that what you're saying?
I was almost too old. I was almost too old. See, I made it over the fence the second time to prove that I was almost too old, but I still was able to jump over the fence.
Okay, we'll let you
that's right.
continue to tell that story.
That's right. So relationships.
So is there anyone, I wonder if there's anyone in the audience who thinks relationships are overrated. Do we not really need them?
I don't
because I used to, before I met you, I was at that point where I thought, relationships are really overrated. I'm perfectly happy in my own house, doing my own things, and I come out when I want to, and I don't have to answer to anybody. I was I was perfectly fine with that, and I actually thought that was going to be me for the rest of my life. And then you
I
screwed all that
screwed that
up.
up. I screwed that up royally for you, royally. So, but then you were talking about some people that they're like, oh, I have to be married, I
Yes,
have to be
there
married, I
are.
have to
My
be
friends are
married.
not that way, but
So when I start changing my thought process of thinking about companionship or relationship, I didn't I didn't go into that mode of, oh, I have to be married. I just understood that in the big picture we were meant to support each other, to help each other, to have that connection and love. Even it doesn't have to be romantic love, friendship love. So love for your children or your grandchildren and all of that. So those are relationships that we should have, and friendships are there too, because quite often the friendships can fill in the blanks of a dysfunctional family.
they
When you
some people
yeah.
choose their own families because
Yes.
of the dysfunction in their
Yes,
own.
and that is, fantastic. When I was growing up, I grew up in a dysfunctional household, and I also had a horrible relationship with my brother that we grew up in the same house. We had a horrible relationship. We was always fighting. But I had a very close friend, and he like filled in that spot. He was like my brother when we were growing up. So yeah, friendship can be very important to have, and to fill in the pieces, which is cool. So I'm kind of like this, with relationships. Yeah,
You
no,
are?
really, yeah, because it's like, I'm not the person that's going to have tons and tons and tons of friends, but I also know that I need to have, some friends and family members and people that I love and care about and that I can interact with and have a good time. People that can call on me when they need help with something, and that I can call on them, when I need help with something. And have respect for each other, and somebody you can talk to, about maybe some things you don't talk to anyone else about. So, yeah, yeah, but I'm not like, you know, I gotta be with my friends all the time. Just, as you can probably tell by now, I'm not the guy that goes to watch, Sunday football with a bunch of dudes at a bar. That's just not me. I might go. I used to do it, and look, nobody get angry at me and try to take away my guy card, okay? I'm still a dude. I do all types of things, dude stuff that most guys don't even do. I work with my hands. I do work. I build stuff. I go fishing. I do a lot of guy stuff. But one of them is not watching Sunday football. I don't. I don't. Not that I don't like sports. I do like sports. But if you invite me to the game with a free ticket, I will go and I will have a great time. I will have a great time. But going to the bar and sports bar and all that, nah, doesn't do much. I much rather be creating art or writing or building something. So, and I guess that's another thing why I don't have a lot of friends.
Well, you know a lot of creative people. You know a lot of artists.
Yeah, I know a lot of
And they're
artists.
doing the same things, actually.
Yeah, we're kind of
Actually,
all,
more than we do.
yeah, but I guess that's what it is. The artsy guys. the poets, the writers, the painters, all of us, we rather be doing our art, our craft, or writing than watching somebody else do theirs. If it's sports, just I don't know. I guess that's why. I don't know. I don't know. But we do need relationships. Yes. Yes, yes,
Here
yes.
comes Stefan. Hi, Stefan.
Stefan.
I just,
There
I
you are.
totally,
Are you getting used to the new changes on the app?
no, I have, I don't really come on the app unless like it's to watch your show, Arlene, or Monica's.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
yeah, I'll figure it out.
So what's up?
What's up? What's up?
To answer your question, I do need relationships,
Okay.
but I'm opposite of what you are, Tony. So when I lived in Chicago, I loved hanging out with my best friends every day. So like we would text every day.
Yeah.
I would either be at their house or they would be over at my house. We'd be doing something.
Uh-huh.
Ever since I moved down to Florida, I have friends, but we're just too poor to meet up. And it hurts so much because like I
I'm
want to meet
sorry.
up
I'm
with them.
sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but you're not too poor to meet up, Stefan. You're not.
Well, I mean, what? You're just gonna have a bunch of poor people standing out doing nothing? Like, no, we can't do that. Like, we got to be able to do something.
Y'all want to just spend some money. You don't have to. You guys could get together and watch a movie. You guys can get together and rent a movie. You could do a lot of things. If you like to play cards, you guys can get, all of y'all can get together, play cards. Y'all can get together. You don't have to have
Do
money to
you all
get
live in the
together.
same town, city?
Two of us do, and then we have one that lives in the UK, and then we have one that lives in, I think, like Tennessee.
Oh, so
Okay.
see,
Well,
that
now they
does
are, but
require.
we're talking about the ones that live closer to you, you know.
So
You
the one that
guys,
lives close, we just have different schedules. But either way, um, I do like I like getting together with my friends, texting. And ever since moving away from them, like one's now in California, one is still in Chicago, like we don't have that communication that we
right.
used
Mm-hmm.
to have. And it hurts because it's like I used to text you every day. We used to do everything, but now like since we're so far apart, it gets kind of
Right.
lonely, and you're like, oh, I miss hanging out with you, and it's not, now we have to plan vacation, so I need
Right, right,
those
right.
relationships. But I also just in general don't like people to begin with. So like when I set you as a friend, like you have earned a special title.
All right.
That's right. I'm the
Well,
same
I
way.
feel I feel
Yes.
honored.
Yes.
I feel honored. For real. Oh, wait. I'm taking for granted that he
That
thinks
he
I'm
says
a
you on
Sam.
that list. He didn't say we were on the list.
I might not be on that list. You're on the list, Jill, but I might not be.
I'm shocked that Tony said that. I thought he was going to be like, well, Jill's on the list, but I don't know about Jill.
Oh,
But
but it's okay.
I definitely can relate, Stefan, to when you're in a town and your friends are elsewhere. I think that's one reason why, I don't talk to my friends very often. It's because they're all over the world right now. And, that's hard. And I also think it's hard when you move to make new friends, depending on where you live. But I think it's really hard these days to make, new friendships unless you see someone in person.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as easy as when it was like, well, back in my day, in
Back in my
2013.
Because you're
day,
so
John's
old.
old. He's old. He's old.
High school, you would just see the person, you're like, oh, you want to be friends. But now, like, as an adult, with how times are changing so much, it's kind of like, do I want to be your friend? Like, it's
Yeah.
like almost like, what are you offering up to be your friend? What am I going to get in return? Like, you don't want to waste your time because there are people out there who will just use you and
Hmm.
then just throw you away. So you're kind of like, okay, well, now I have to figure out, like, do I send you a test? Do I be like, hey, I'm stranded on the road, and be like, all right, I'm waiting for what response you send? Like,
Hmm.
this is a test. Like, are you going to be like, oh, I'm coming to get you, or oh, that so
Like,
it's
good
like,
luck with that.
good luck with that. And you're like, yeah, I'm sorry, you didn't pass the test, so this isn't gonna work. I'm sorry. It's not me. It's completely you. And
But
but I
I
definitely think, yeah.
yeah, I can understand that. I moved to and I'm not going to name the town, but I moved to a town not
Did it
in this
have dirt
state.
or paved roads?
They had both. They had both, but I had moved to the city part of this this state. And I was there for about a year and a half. And in a year and a half, I did not, and I actually tried. I did not make not one friend in that year and a half. Not one. And the reason is that all of the people that I met was trying to put something over on me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Always an
like
angle,
Stefan said, there are
always a
people who
Yeah.
will
game,
try to use you
always
up.
this. And I'm like,
Hmm.
Or they're catfishing. Like, they're
and
not really who they say they are.
yeah, and then I see right through it, so no, they can't. I'm not being friends with them.
Right.
Oh, or they were people like they would say, "Hey, can you give me a ride to the store?" And you take them to the store and they say, "Hey, just wait in the car. I'll be right back."
And then they come running
They
out
come
with the
running.
bags of money and all the stuff that they stole.
That's right.
Go, go, go. Drive.
That is exactly right. Yeah, they'd be like, yo, man, you take me to the store. Man, my money's tight, and I thought they was getting ready to ask me for money, but no, they didn't ask for money. But I'm a grab some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab some stuff, literally, and run out the store.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, no, no, no,
I
no.
had neighbors once. I told you about this, that and I was working strange hours. I would
Hmm.
go in at like 2:30 in the morning. And when I would get home, it was a boyfriend and girlfriend living together.
Hmm.
And the boyfriend, when the girlfriend wasn't home or she was sleeping, he was always like making passes at me.
Hmm.
And the woman, if he weren't home, she would always want me to take her someplace
To
where
meet
she
up with some
would meet up
dude.
with somebody else. So I'm like, oh, you two are messy, and no, and no. I'm not taking you anywhere. No, I'm definitely not going to see you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we have to be very selective when we're trying to, find someone to be a friend.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
so,
yes.
I find
mm,
coworkers to be good friends too.
Do you? That's
Yeah.
good.
well,
Now,
yeah,
I like making friends with coworkers because they're forced to be there.
yeah.
I
And
don't have
you all have something in
You
common.
have something in
ex-
common,
so
and
they're
you can
like
get
forced to be there, and I'm like, oh well, where are you going? You have to be here and work. So might as well go ahead and talk to me.
by default. But really, you get to see them on a daily basis, and when a people in general will hide who they are. It's human
Mm.
nature to do that, to be on their best behavior around other people. But if you're around them at work every day, eventually you're gonna see who they are.
Sometimes it doesn't
Yeah,
take that long.
Sometimes it
they
doesn't.
can't hide it. They cannot
Yeah,
Yeah.
hide it too long.
yeah, yeah. You can see who they are. Like I mean, sometimes instantly. If you see they're at work every day late, every day they're late for work, every single day, but they always have an excuse. Something else. It's always somebody else's fault. Something happens. This and that happens. Well, stuff don't happen to people like that every single day. It doesn't. It doesn't. So it might be them. So you have to know that. So you say, "Hey, well, let's go hang out at such and such.
And tell
Meet
them
me
a
at such
different
and such."
a different time than everybody else.
Yeah, because they're not going to come on time. You know it. You know it. If it's your coworker and on payday, let's say payday, you say, "Hey, let's go out to lunch on payday." And we'll just all split the bill. But then there'll be that one person
There's
on
always one.
payday.
There's
on
always one.
payday, they don't have any money.
Yes.
They want you to pay for them.
Or they'll get the heck out of the restaurant before the bill is due. Yep.
Yeah, so you'll know, you can see that,
Yep.
if you work with a person. So
Yep. You do get to see those types of things.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yep, that
Definitely.
is the truth. That's the truth. Yeah, but Jill, look, we're at an hour.
Hey, that went by quickly.
Time to end this show. Yes, it is. So yeah, it is time to end this show.
It is.
I thought it was interesting about relationships.
Yes. And Stefan, I appreciated your comments.
Yeah, hey, and for those of you here,
And I really do want to meet you in person
yeah,
one day.
we tried twice.
Twice.
Actually 3 times. We can try Atlanta. We tried on the way down. We didn't really try on the way back.
Well, on the
'cause
way
was
back,
like,
I
he's not
saw
gonna be
we
there.
stopped someplace, and
Yeah.
there was the company you work for. There was someone there, and I was like, all like trying to see, like, is it Stefan? No, it's not Stefan.
Yeah,
Why is this lady
well,
looking at me like this?
I'm sure the driver was thinking that.
right?
Guys, get back on the bus. Hurry up, hurry
Yeah,
up.
get her on the bus. Hurry. Yep, down at the Loves. You know all about the Loves now, don't you?
The loves, man. The free food, like, man, mm-mm.
But I really was. I was really looking hard at the driver, like, let me see.
Yes. So let's wrap up this show. So in the
This
end,
is a switch
it is.
for you to say, let's wrap up the show.
In the end, I'm hungry. Time to eat.
I knew it was something.
It's time to eat, man.
Tony's,
Shoot.
Tony's black side came out. Look, we can hear this shit.
Now you know that's not right, Stefan. You know that's not right.
That was funny, though.
but I want to do is shout outs. Hey, all of y'all, check out anyone that's here or anyone that listens in replay. The Married Couple is still on, so
Yes.
but check them out on YouTube, themarriedcouple.com.
Yes.
And I think they have. I think it comes up both ways now, whether you put a space and underline, underslash,
Underscore.
and space, underscore. Yeah. I think it comes up both ways now, actually. So that means they're doing good. So check them out.
Yes, yes.
On their new endeavor.
They're doing very well with
Yeah,
that. So
they are.
we wish you all much
They
continued
are, yeah.
success.
Yeah, I think that fits you well. Fits you all
Agreed.
well. So that's cool. All right. So everyone, this has been fun.
It really has.
Billy D, is he still there? I think he left. But anyway, thanks for coming. Everyone that's listening in replay, thanks for coming. Come check out the live show. We'd love it if you're here. We want you to check
Every
us out.
Wednesday
and
at
talk to
8
you.
o'clock.
That's right. So
And you have a show on Saturday.
I do have a Poetic People Fighting Racism is this Saturday at 9 p.m. I do not remember what that episode is about right now.
Poetry,
Right
discrimination,
now. But
something like
you
that.
know, if you get tired of always listening to me do a poem about race in America and all of that, I start doing maybe one more poem that I have written in the past. It's got nothing to do with racism, just so if you want to hear something different than I've written, because those other ones are heavy topics. And as usual, we love you all. I got to fade this out because the